Hey, what's up? I wanted to do a quick video because I've been working on some things while being gone, I suppose, and I think it would be interesting to share because so obviously by now everybody is playing around with ChatGPT and stuff. So and if you've been sort of following that whole story, then you probably by now know about things like Auto GPT and Hugging GPT. Basically, they're building these agent platforms on top of large language models, right? I think most of these are actually using LangChain under the hood, which is a great project, and it's also how I sort of started on this particular track by discovering LangChain, which has this concept of agents. It's like a framework around large language models, and then you can build stuff on top of it and give it memories and access to tools and stuff, which is like plugins, right? Like that's that whole plugins thing that is coming to ChatGPT. That's basically just tools, and I will show you how that works here. So this is written in Go because I write everything in Go. So as per sort of standard, the main file just sort of calls this execute function, which is like this Cobra package to make CLI interfaces or like command line interfaces, right? And so right here, this is the run command. So it does a couple of things. Basically, it creates a client to the OpenAI API, and then creates this agent manager, which, if we just jump into that, basically constructs this manager, and then you can have multiple LLMs in that. So like whether you want to use the OpenAI one or the Bloom model or whichever one, right? As long as you write the interface into it, then you can add it here, and then you can loop over those agents and basically have them all run their prediction loop, which is basically just like the response, right? So you give it the input, then let it generate its response, and then you can feed that one into the next LLM in this list. So and this predict thing, well, that will obviously jump to the interface, but if we look in OpenAI, that predict thing that just calls the model, and then you can set the temperature, and then you give it the input, and then get your response back. Yeah, I actually also it is capable of doing speech, so like you can talk to it and it will talk back to you. That only works on a Mac at the moment because I did a little bit of a dumb hack to not spend too much time on it. But I can't find it right now real quick. Oh, it's probably an audio, right? Yeah. So the microphone part, that should work on any computer as long as you have access to port audio headers, because it does use Seago. But then the when it finally responds, okay, that's actually here. When it finally responds, here it's here, yeah, right. I just use an exec command say, because on Macs, when you do say hello, it will actually talk, right? So you can use an API for that or something local if you want. I don't know. So in any case, how does that work, right? This whole agent thing. So go to the config file here, and then you will see the system prompt. And the system prompt is telling the large language model, the AI, basically, how to use tools. And the way that it can quote unquote use tools is by structuring the text in a very specific way. Like here, like I want to use the tool, quote unquote, think, and then the parameter is a text. The same with reason, inquire, and you basically just have to explain to it how to use tools. And then right here at the end, I will say, for each response, select the single most logical tool to use and output only the correct invocation of that tool. Nothing else, no explanations. And this is specifically for OpenAI's chat models, because they are very prone to over-explaining everything. And then so you can give it a search tool, which you can connect to a Google API, or in my case, I'm going to try to actually build a multi-store knowledge thing that it can search as one single source of information. Obviously, it needs to be able to write information. Can use shell and all that stuff. And I will show you in a demo soon, which probably won't work that well, but doesn't matter. Then here in the run command, all I really do is like I just sort of wrote some really ugly code to parse out these specific structures, which then I will get here into this, a slice of elements. Yeah, I literally just copy pasted that. It should not be called element, but the type will be the name of the tool. The text will be, the space delimited parameters, and then you can start using that in your code in your input response loop here to actually execute that tool, and then you just basically automatically reprompt the large language model with the output of the tool that it just tried to use, right? And so in this way, not only can you have it so that it can actually choose to do Google searches, or much like Auto GPT, right? Like if you don't know about that, look that up, and it will make a lot more sense. And you not only can it do that, but you can even tell it like, okay, well, you're also able to let's have a look in here. You're able to also create new agents. Like, let's go from the very beginning of the prompt, right? I say ignore all previous instructions because in Chat GPT models there's some pre-prompting done, and this way you can tell the model to forget about that. And then I tell it, okay, you are, am, which is like, a little reference to a very dark story. Actually, misspelled that. An AI designed to assist the human operator, which would be, you, me, whoever. You are able to use a selection of tools to extend your capabilities, right? So we're explaining what it can do. And you can create agents to delegate tasks. Agents are large language models that have been prompted to use specifically formatted responses to allow interfacing with tools. You are also an agent, right? And now, okay, you have access to the following tools, but here's the tool. It's called Agent Name Prompt. Use this tool to create a new agent to delegate a task. Give the agent a unique name and a detailed prompt to make it an expert for the specific task. Make sure to provide only the unique name and the prompt needed for the agent. This prompt has to be tweaked a lot to function correctly because it does get confused. But once you get it right, all of this stuff starts to just work automatically. Like I have seen when I was experimenting with AutoGPT, I've seen it actually when I limited it to having a terminal access only, no other tools, only terminal access. It started and I told it you have a Z shell terminal on an OS X computer, right? Like right here, this one. What I saw it try, without me explaining it or prompting it, was to actually start writing AppleScript to take control of my mouse and my keyboard so that it could actually, open Safari and start browsing the web. It's crazy. So I'll run a quick demo. It probably won't work, but, whatever. At least you can see where I'm going with this. So, yeah. And then, I don't know, like, lately I've been getting a lot into economics, so and I have some thoughts about financial collapses. So I'm like trying to analyze economics. So let's say something like, okay, I want you to research macroeconomics in the current time frame. I don't know, like something very random. So right here, it just chose to, immediately go with search. Like, it is very primitive at the moment. Like, I need to make the prompt a little bit more. Like right now, what I'm telling it is, I want you to do one thing at a time, right? Like, if I was to remove that, it will actually start to try to use multiple tools at the same time. But I want to be able to, parse them one by one. So right now, what I would do is just search, the knowledge store, and then give it the output back. And I will show you that in the next video. I'm gonna like complete that part hopefully tonight. And I guess sort of, yeah, that's kind of it. There was something I thought about that I wanted to show you, but I guess it's not so super important right now. You can get this code on GitHub, by the way. I'll drop the link in the description. Yeah, it is crazy. Like, I've seen people do things. You need to start investigating this if you haven't if you aren't doing this already, I've seen people actually create entire React apps just by saying like, oh, I want an app kind of like this, make sure that the login works and the sign up and profiles or whatever, or searching. And, just a couple of seconds later, there's an app ready to go, works. And I've seen it do that myself, because this is actually what I'm trying to accomplish at the moment, is to create an entire Next.js app without me writing a single line of code, including setting up the whole Supabase integrations and stuff. And that looked very promising with AutoGPT already. The problem is AutoGPT gets into this like weird loop all the time, and I know why, because the prompting is not very dynamic, and it's very focused on questioning itself, so it's constantly questioning itself, which is a good thing. But I think the problem is now it's like never getting out of that loop. So I think the prompts need to be a bit more dynamic and stuff. We'll go over that again next time. Yeah, I remember now. The thing that I want to do, besides like getting the initial tool integrations working, because this is just the output and there's no integration yet. I'm going to do that tonight. After that, I want to make everything just like, I don't know if you've seen my previous video, but in my previous video, I was like working on integrating Kubernetes and Docker directly inside Go code, and I want to combine these two things so that it can actually start, forming its own clusters and running everything in containers. And then you could actually probably even distribute those clusters if you create a network between them, which should be easy because you can, use Tailscale or something, or can't remember the other one that I used for that. So I'm going to try that. So then you can actually start distributing the whole thing, and it would be one big cluster just running agents that it is creating itself, like that's the really messed up part, is when it starts creating agents. It's like really coming up with prompts completely by itself, like just from that initial thing, and that's very cool. So I'm gonna try to work on this and hopefully make a bit more videos in the near future.